So today we are going to start learning about the countries in the world. Now there are very many countries, but you need to learn some of the most populous, aka the most people, and the most important countries that you will hear maybe in the news or when you're learning different facts about world history. These are the countries that come up most often. So we're going to learn these so that in the future you can always know where these countries are and a little bit about them. It's kind of like going on a little world tour. So let's go ahead and read this. We are on chapter 6. We are on page 37. Places around the world. Here we go. Major countries around the world. You can use maps and globes to identify and locate major countries around the world. Look at the map and try to learn the location of each country listed. The activities that follow will help. Okay, so what you're going to do is I'm going to help you out with trying to figure out what these countries are. Now, you could simply just look up these answers and maybe figure it out, but I want us to use our brains and our deductive reasoning skills to see if we can figure out what the names of these country descriptions are. So let's do the first one together. It says huge country that is part of 2 continents. Well, if I'm looking on this map, I see that one's pretty huge, but it doesn't have a name. That one's ginormous, that one's pretty big, and that one's pretty big. But it says it's part of 2 continents. And if I look over here, I see that Russia is part of Europe, because I know Europe is here, and Asia, because I know Asia is here. Therefore, I know that this is Russia. So make sure you are writing it down with a capital letter because this is a proper noun. It is the name of a country. Now, I went ahead and attempted to write the names of the countries in like how they say it in their language. I didn't do a very good job. And I don't really know how to pronounce most of these over on this side. But I do know, like Spain, in Spain they call it España. And I just kind of put some extra names for America and Great Britain, aka the United Kingdom. Anyway, let's continue on. European country that is shaped like a boot. Well, I know by context clues, European country, so I know I'm going to look in this section. Now, it has a zoomed in part of a map. Remember, we learned about that when we were learning maps. And I see 4 countries in Europe that I can choose from. So I'm going to find which one looks the most like a boot. So you go ahead and figure it out too. Okay, hopefully you chose Italy. It looks like a boot that's kicking a little soccer ball right there, which I think is pretty funny. Okay, largest country in South America, number 3. Well, guess what? There's only one country in South America listed, so I know it is Brazil. Now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to finish by listing these. Do not worry if you get them wrong because we will learn more descriptions of them later. I just want you to try your best and try to finish questions 4 through 11. So go ahead and pause the video, finish that, and then we're going to move on to page 38. Okay, hopefully you have finished page 37. Let's move on to page 38. Now, you will need to have these memorized. So what we're going to do right now is we are actually going to leave this blank. We are not going to write these down yet because you will use this as a practice later on once we have actually memorized where the countries are. You probably already know some of these. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to just practice, maybe with a few of these, trying to figure out where they are. So you could say, for instance, Russia. Oh, I just remember Russia is J, but don't write it down. So I want you to spend a few minutes trying this. You can check your answers on page 37 right here. But just start learning this, and then you get to play a game to learn it that I created.